thought we was walking and talking and it was just a lot of talk. I said, no, the reason I kept you here for a month is to give you the game on all of that stuff. Of course, he followed it for about a couple of months. And after that, that thing, it'd take you away, you know, because it'd be coming too fast. It'd make your blood boil. You know what I mean? And you know. So me and my sons have a joke because when I call the same person after about the third or fourth go-round, he said, you tell so-and-so me, I'm on the big end now. And that's our joke. They said, Dad, I'm on the big end now. You know that my sons, they know what it means. The guy, if I talk to him about something, somebody go ask him something, I told him, look, and I'll get off the subject in a minute. I said, don't buy no cars, don't get old raggedy cars just to get around till you get in pocket. And he held on. After the third go-round, no, he couldn't, all that money, he couldn't, why have all this money and don't do nothing with it? And he just went crazy. He went down to the store and bought 5-carat rings and stuff, And I said, okay. So he said, yeah. He said, you tell so-and-so I'm on the big end now. And after about a short period, he was flat broke. He was beyond broke. He was, if broke was just like this, he was way under that. Because anybody know, never cross your connection. Shoot, my connections, you want to stay at the house, stay at the hotel? You want to use my car? You want to do this? Everything. That's the way they treated me. That's the way I treat, in those days. Connection was like, imagine, everything you're doing depend on your connection. Your stuff you're doing and your work, your family, all the kids go through the food going through their mouth, He's making it possible. Of course, you're helping him, but it was a family. You could stay with your connection. You didn't have to run off and get a hotel. It was just different in those times. Now, niggas got to be rolling their eyes and, carrying guns and all that stuff, I like my connection so much. If he had something good I wasn't dealing with, he said, man, try some of this right here. I said, what's that? Me and my partner, and I'll close, we just drove down to L.A. We had backaches and everything. We were snorting some of that cocaine from the worst coke dealer in California. Well, I gave him $12,000 later to help him with his case, but no, I mean, it was probably bad when he got it, but it made your back feel bad, and we was feeling bad. He said, man, try some of this. And it was almost free. And me and my homeboy looked at each other. Aches and pains is gone. All that other stuff is gone. I said, man, how much of this do you have? Just a few boxes. I said, well, load it up and let's go with it, Just that easy. Just from being friendly with your connection. Hey, man, you might like that. Well, what is that? And we sick, you know what I mean? We done drove all the way to L.A., down below L.A., snorting that garbage, and it had you, it was the worst thing ever. He must have put aspirin. I don't know what he put in that stuff. And then, bam. And we looked at each other right away. Good God Almighty. By the way, you wouldn't happen to have, how much more of that you got? Well, I got full. The people, I'm going to get on another subject, but you get so good at stuff, it was some white boys came down to get some packages of stuff when I was in Colombia. And so I was kind of just walking around, you know, and I said, man, the blow is right there. The blow is in this cabinet right here, because I could smell it. You know, I mean, I could smell it from, they couldn't smell it, but I said, man, that's the blow. That's where you put the, how do you know? I said, I don't know. What you mean? Cause some colored or something. You know, in other words, hey, man, everything that people are saying that's good ain't worth a dime. They just don't have enough of it to find out, right? I like these pretty yellow girls, and they are nice people. They're just crazy, most of them, right? I mean, they can't help it because the people had told them, you high yellow, so you're happy and you're beautiful and they don't feel like that. So they go crazy. The people run them crazy. The ones you get, you got to spend half your time working on their brains. And then they get better. But the people are paying attention to crackpots, man. The world, America is full of crackpots. I mean, everything here, and I don't mean to say this, but it's crackpotism. The whole thing is falling apart. No, that's not true. It's already falling apart. We're going to do this with China, and we're going to Russia. They got that stuff on it. I said, man, ain't nobody paying no attention to no Russian. Y'all lying all the time anyway. You know, it doesn't be lying to say, like, we stood up to Russia. Russia said, man, we don't do it. We don't want to do Europe, right? What are you talking about? You got to stop us from, we're not doing anything, idiot. But he want to go back to the Congress and say, see, we stood up to them for what they was going to do. And Putin tell them, man, I don't know what the H-E-double-L y'all are talking about. We're going to send troops. He said, troops? For what? Because you bad. Now, can you imagine the United States telling somebody how bad they are? This is insanity. We're living in a period of crackpotism right now. I mean, mad crackpotism. So anyway, back to the subject and closing with the subject of Bey'ah. So you have to have your picture of reality. What's your perception of life? You know what I mean? Not their picture. They're the people in the Quran. I followed them because it glittered, the same old dumb stuff. If you catch a fish, just glitter the little hook up a little bit, he'll bite it. Okay, my picture of reality, my reality. What is my perception of life? That's what I mean. You have to make a judgment. You're going to be judged on what your vision of reality and life. The other thing, how accurate are we about, say, take the last few years, or even the last, let's say, 30 years. How accurate have we been? How accurate have we been about everything? It boils down to that. Skilled use of power. It has something to do with that. If we talk about this thing about love. See, as you move along, you evolve over the stuff. And the reason, and I'll close with this in a minute, the reason I didn't want to stay around in Oakland because we had evolved so far beyond what the people understood, because I could see how my sons was reacting to stuff that happened, And I said, basically what I've always said. I said, y'all are crazy. I'm not, but we got to, I said, well, you can't do it. I said, you have to stay out of my business too, because, this thing is bigger than them. And especially you got to grade the level of people who are doing what they do. We used to call those people high school Negroes. Now we call them elementary school Negroes at most. We're moving ahead and they're standing still. So actually they're getting farther and farther behind. What they think about life, it don't even count. It don't count. There's no, it's not real. And if we let other people that don't know what life is all about manage us, we might as well follow Boss Man. So Boss Man will always teach a Negro to kill another Negro. We've been opposed to that from day one. Another Mexican killing another Mexican for Boss Man. It's stupid, right? It's stupid. I used to look out that window all the time. I used to watch the niggas. They'd have all their little pistols, and as soon as the white man come, they'd throw their pistols right there in the bushes. I could go over and get them and pick them up and bring them over here. All of them did it, all the time. They didn't shoot the police or nothing. They just, you wait till a Negro, they would knock them niggas over. I think that's type of cowardice when you kill your own and won't do nothing to the people that's causing the problem. Okay, but I want to mention one or two words about evolution. Evolution is when you evolve step by step and you evolve above and beyond what your station or what they consider your station in life. And pretty soon, you go beyond what they even think about. I like to call it, it's kind of Jesus-like, Lord, forgive them. They don't know what they do. They know not what they do, right? Yeah, so you have to forgive the dumb people, not dumb people. See, you get so far, after a while, you don't call them dummies anymore, although they have dumb behavior. You don't feel sorry for them, but it's something, I don't know even what the word, not ambivalent, but it's something. You just, you know where you're going. We know what works. And that's what we're going to do. And Boss Man can sit here. I wanted to mention a little bit about it. I will. One of the places we're going is no Imam Jamil. Imam Jamil, we got to get, Imam Jamil, believe it or not, is older than I am, a couple of years older. And you don't know what they be pumping in your cell when you're in the penitentiary. So, we got a big job. And we want others to get with us and understand the concept of Bey'ah and allegiance. But we say if a person don't want to do it after all the evidence, don't do it, by all means. Stick with Boss Man. That's what I want. Stick with Boss Man. Boss Man has been nice to everybody. You can find it in his record. That boss man shirt with a big heart on it. He's a lovely fella. No, boss man been nice to niggas. They just don't know it. They don't know how good boss man been to them. Hey man. So if we have this period of a training period to get right, what we should do is encourage other people. If we want to have 3 or 4 teams, that would be 6 to 8 people, and we do what we're going to do. And get on about our business. It looks like that stuff is going to happen anyway. I don't see it not happening. It might not happen.